schedule comes out in about 4 hours. We'll know, all the talk will be official. Offense will look different without question because Deshaun Watson, it's his first full season. They'll build it around him. They've added some wide receivers. Defense going to be different because Jim Schwartz is the defensive coordinator, so that will be different. Does it favor the Browns early in the season because nobody knows exactly what it's going to look like? Or does it favor the opponents earlier in the season because the Browns haven't done it at game speed?
I think, when we look at it like a vacuum, right, where we're only talking about the Browns' changes, we can come to this argument of what's going to be more of an advantage or what's going to be a disadvantage, but it ultimately ends up being neutral because what happens with almost every NFL team is that they're going through changes themselves. And there's like maybe 6 teams in the league that aren't going through changes. And that's what the Bengals, the Chiefs, the Bills, and maybe the Philadelphia Eagles, right? The 4 teams that are always in that conversation for the Super Bowl in the last few years. Other than that, if you're another team in the NFL, you have your own changes to be worried about. And with the Browns changes, like Jim Schwartz has been in the league, he's not going to do anything that's going to surprise anybody, but that's not his goal, is to surprise a bunch of folks week 1. So they're going to be able to prepare for that just like normal. Deshaun Watson, he's had a lot of tape in the NFL. They know what he likes to do. Maybe you add a couple of new wrinkles, but it's not really an advantage or even a disadvantage either way that the Browns are changing a lot because most of the league is changing at the beginning of the season. And even if you aren't changing, football is a mammoth of a thing to get prepared for, right? Like, it's just a crazy thing to get your body used to doing. So you're just going to play your sloppiest football probably within the first 4 weeks, no matter who you are. So, the Browns are coming into that season, and at least they're making the changes when everybody else is making them. When you're in a situation like they were last year where they're 13 weeks into the season and making changes that would be normal for week 1, and then they're going up against teams that have been playing for 13 weeks, then that becomes a disadvantage. But when everybody is starting the season off, it's kind of a neutral factor because almost every team in the NFL is going through some kind of change.